Want to dominate Master Duel without breaking the bank? Whether you are new to the game or just low on gums, this budget deck building guide will help you win smart without spending big. We'll cover how to build effective budget deck, which cards to craft, and several deck lists that perform well without draining your resource. Budget decks are perfect if you are free to play, just starting out, or looking for something casual to grind with. Let's be real, free games are limited. Unless you are spending money from the start, it takes time to build a top tier deck. And even then, having a solid budget deck as a backup is a smart move. Why? Because when Konami hits the meta with the ban list, your full power deck might get nerfed. Sometimes slightly, sometimes brutally. Though Konami's ban lists have been a bit softer lately, more consistency hits than outright bans, it's still safer to invest in decks that are unlikely to be touched. Budget decks tend to fly under the radar and are less likely to get hit, making them great long-term investment. Some people say you can build a full deck in a few hours with the free gems and craft points you get as a new player. They are not entirely wrong, but it's usually an incomplete deck, and blowing all your gems early can leave your account in a bad spot. Let's break this down with an example. Say you want to build a Crystron, a current top tier deck. Looking at a Duelist Cup top 100 list, you'll notice it needs about 13 UR cards crafted. That's 390 UR craft points. Since each UR you dismantle gives only 10 points, you'll need to pull 39 UR cards to cover the cost. Assuming a full gacha luck and only getting one usable UR per 1000 gems, that's about 39,000 gems. Best case scenario, maybe 20,000 gems. Either way, that's more than what a new player starts with, which is around 16,000 gems from beginner rewards and early missions. So if you are trying to build a top tier deck right away, there's a good chance you'll run out of resources and be stuck. Step 1. Set your win condition. Do you want to lock your opponent out with floodgates, OTK with fast combo, stall until your opponent rage quits, or just build rogue decks that play clean and solid? Some budget decks can even reach master rank, but more realistically, they are perfect for climbing to platinum or diamond without much stress. Decks like Draco, Ninja, Resonator are great starting points. Ninja and Resonators even come with structure deck, so for just 1500 gems, you get most of what you need. You might want to add a few staples later, but I recommend crafting staples that are useful across multiple decks, not just for this one. Structure decks are insane value. For budget players, they are your best friend. Here are some of the best budget decks you can build right now. Draco barely use any URs and doesn't rely on meta staples. A solid control deck using mostly SRs and rares. Ninja comes with a structure deck and has a solid combo tools. Draco, slightly more expensive but still budget friendly and very strong. Pure Resonators, another structure deck archetype that's surprisingly powerful. Pure Punk, competitive and scalable, can start budget and grow into high tier deck by adding engines later. These decks are cheap but capable. If you build through Draco, you are basically using the SR craft points you already collect while building your main deck, no real cost. Let's talk about staples. I know some people hate them, but floodgates are incredibly effective and often come in SR, R, or even normal rarity. They are strong, but usually come with drawbacks or two-edged effects, so not every deck can use them well. Experiment and see what works with your strategy. Cards like There Can Be Only One, Gozen Match, Rivalry of Warlords can be devastating in the right deck. Now onto generic staples. Everyone use Maxi as Blossoms, Call by the Grave. These are strong because of how flexible they are. Maxi especially is busted. Drawing every time your opponent's special summon is insane. That said, Maxi might get hit in the future. If you're thinking long term, cards like Murd Charmy are safer. Avoid crafting meta-specific staples like Ghost Ogre or Bestials unless your deck needs them as part of its engine. Meta shift fast, and those cards might become a dead weight later. Here are some tips to help you conserve your gems. Don't pull from random packs. Focus on secret packs tied to your deck's core cards. Use the Master Duel meta site or calculate yourself to calculate which pack gives you the most value. Understand card value based on your deck. Just because Maxi is good doesn't mean it fits every deck. For example, in True Draco, you'd rather draw more floodgates than hand traps. Maxi doesn't help if you are trying to lock your opponent out turn 1. So craft based on synergy, not popularity. Here's my personal favorite budget deck, True Draco. I use it to climb to Diamond 4 when I just starting out. The deck only runs 2 UR cards and you can swap, there can be only one with Rivalry, depending on the meta. Let's check out a few replays so you can see how it plays. And that's it for this guide. Always think in terms of value per game. Prioritize flexibility, synergy, and long-term viability. Comment below your favorite budget deck or one you think deserves more love. And don't forget, subscribe for more duel winning decks that won't cost a cent.